Hello everybody and welcome to Travel in Time. So we just opened the door, so if you see some people walking around here, that's okay, they don't know what we're doing. But welcome to the exhibition. I'm Florian Roos, the gallerist. This is Danu, Dan Oude Elving, the photographer. Welcome to the exposition and of course Dan, your book release. And so because the 3D virtual experience is of course also part of the book, we thought it would be cool to take this a little bit more quiet time here in the morning to actually show you around the exhibition so we can have our VR tour. And so Dan, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the pictures as we walk by. And so we're starting the exposition here. I structured it a bit like a meal, so I like to start people off a little bit like on the light side with one bigger work and then several small works. But maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here real fast with this beautiful a fairly small house, actually, you told me. But tell us a little bit about this picture.
Yeah, actually, when you're inside this villa, it's actually pretty small, very little room.
Yeah.
But it's what they call a chalet because it's all wooden and. But it's a beautiful villa in Portugal, and it was the last photo of the day.
Yeah.
But the light was just such a surprise, like a treasure that you find something like that.
I think you actually told me once that this was like end of the day, but you almost like thought, oh, there's no more picture today, and then you like stumbled upon this particular lighting, and you were like, and then it turned out to be like a really good picture actually in the end.
Absolutely. When I was here, it was the end of a very exciting. How do you say it?
Long day?
We had a long week actually. So we had been exploring for many days, and it was the end of that particular day, and I was exhausted, and we had such lots of explorers that day before this. So it was the end of the day. We just wanted to see it anyway. But I was not really feeling it. For me, it was like. I don't know. But then I walked around and I saw this little bit of light coming through the bushes, and I just climbed into the bushes to capture that light beam through
just the right amount, just the right amount of flare.
And it was for me it was the picture of the week.
Yeah, I can see it. It's beautiful.
The light was so perfect, and that's a surprise. You don't know it beforehand.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, let's move to the first niche here, to the rest of the exposition. So here we are at the first niche of the expo, and we have 4 really beautiful works. And we chose to start with a bit different materials and sizes. So we have 2 horizontal works, we have 2 vertical works, we have 2 works that are a little bit smaller. This is a palace in Italy, I think, right?
No, Spain.
Oh, Spain actually, yes, and a water pressure like energy plant. Hydro plant. And of course, kind of the main piece that we start the expo with is this eye that you see here in front of us, made on brushed aluminium. So it's a little bit of different material, it reflects very differently, and it basically means that all the whites that were originally in the picture aren't printed, so that's where there was white, you actually see the brushed aluminium through. And so when you put this in the light, you get lots of like different effects. And for this particular expo, of course, this picture is actually no longer for sale already for a long time, because it was one of your most successful pictures, I guess, in history. And just for this 2 days of the expo, we decided to make one more of those from your private collection actually, and have it available here. So it's like a really special edition. And of course, it's a composition that's also visual, besides the fact that it's a story. And I think you can tell us a little bit about the picture also, but the visual picture of it itself is already like so strong. And on top, of course, maybe you can tell us a little bit like where you shot this.
Yeah, this one was shot in a Templar village in France, and it was in a tower. And for me, this staircase is very unique. You rarely see a staircase which is a spiral. It also has so much decay. If you really look closely to it, you see lots of decay in the staircase. A lot of the fact that here you see
you see the rot and the damages. You see some plants here. Like I hope you guys can see that also, but you can really see some like overgrowth and damage on everything. So it's beautiful.
Of course, it's shaped like an eye. In my composition.
I love that it's also like quite interesting. Like it took me a while to realize that we're looking up and not down, because at first it almost tricks you into like, oh no, we're looking down into a case, but you're actually looking up. So that's kind of cool that it really confuses you a little bit on there. And of course here, the Palazzo di Colore, Italy, right? Castello di Colore.
Yeah, it's in Italy.
Yeah, such a visually stunning picture also. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, well, many people think that this is not Italy, but
Portugal. I thought it was like Portugal, or maybe I thought there were like you have many castles in the Sintra area there that are from the Romantic period, and there was also quite a lot of Islamic influence, let's say, with this type of windows and everything. So you could be mistaken for thinking that this was like a Portugal castle.
Yeah, many people think it's Arabic or something.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But no, it's actually in Italy, and it's such a beautiful castle. Every room that you walk into is more beautiful than the other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never seen. Usually, I'm for the decay. I want decay. I love decay.
Yeah.
And here, even though it's abandoned for many years, you don't see decay because it's almost weak.
Yeah, dust and that's it.
There has been also, it has had a hotel function also, and that part, it's not beautiful, but that part is very decayed. But that's not why you want to be.
Yeah.
So there was actually an alarm on the ground floor. I climbed in through one hole.
This is all illegal for the people who did not know that who are watching this.
Yeah.
Pretty much all these pictures are taken illegally, right? Like you're always more or less not allowed really to go in. Exactly, yeah.
Illegal.
Part of the fun, of course. Also.
Yeah, I travel the world to explore abandoned, forbidden and decaying places.
Yeah.
So and there are many exciting stories.
Nice.
In this case, well, actually, I tried to enter this place a second time. The little hole where I climbed in was completely sealed off. So probably they somehow, maybe I triggered a silent alarm or something.
Yeah. They found it and fixed it. Yeah.
Luckily, they didn't find me. My friend, who was my Italian friend, years later, he was arrested and he got a fine of 10,000.
As you see, urban exploring is not for those with a small wallet or the faint-hearted, let's say. Shall we move on to the next niche?
Let's do it.
Let's go, yeah. Okay, when we're in the second niche here, so we have three beautiful pictures that are a lot more oriented towards, of course, the overgrowth, which we often see in this type of art. And we see also three different sizes. So I wanted to show a little bit like the size options with kind of the 2-meter piece here on the side, which is kind of the biggest size. Well, it's not the biggest size, but one of the more common, very big sizes, let's say. And we have here the luxury frame option, which is something that we actually developed about a year ago, I think, a year and a half ago, where we have a completely handmade frame with museum glass and a floating, the picture very nicely floating within the actual frame, which is like the super cool, but kind of different way to present the pictures. And Dan, maybe you can tell a little bit us about these three compositions.
Well, all three of these photos were taken in Italy. This one is a beautiful villa by the lake, as you can see. Can you imagine standing here, drinking your coffee here, looking outside of the door and from the balcony, and you could see the lake.
Yeah, and I bet, of course, also the green wasn't probably there. But all these branches, you could probably actually look out of all the windows and have a whole big overview at some point, at least in my imagination.
I think there would be some green on the side.
Yeah, but not this high, like that it's completely covered.
No, this is really nature takes over.
Yeah.
This was one of the outside buildings of the main villa. It's incredible. I think this villa is for sale.
Really?
And I think it is for sale for like 90 million or something.
Really? In this state?
In this state. I think that they leave the building purely to let you see how your villa will look.
Yeah.
The scenery is incredible. This place, if you can buy your house, build your house here. Yeah. That's worth.
Can be amazing, of course.
All that money.
Yeah.
And this piece is also worth it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And this one, like, I think personally very cool. Like, it's kind of the light and like this really dark side to it also. There's also because of course we talked earlier about the fact that we have an app, and you can actually step into the picture. And this is one of the pictures that's already was one of the first to be live in your app. So you can actually go into this picture and actually. The same as you are doing this tour in the virtual reality, you can also virtual reality into this exact place and actually see and feel what it's like to actually stand there.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool.
Just like this one.
Yeah, that one is also an app. Nice. Yeah, so two of them are in app. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a greenery that I was amazed. I was like magical, you know. You're standing there, and the green is so overwhelming.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this photo, you cannot really see how big it is. That's so cool about virtual reality, because when you're standing here with virtual reality, you can look around and you really feel it. It's almost as if you can touch it. That feeling is, it's great. I love this one because of the difference in light, but also in color. There are so many colors green,
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's very, very cool. And this, of course, is another, I think it's also really amazing. It's a spa, right, in Italy, this one?
Yeah,
and it has such almost a Roman, like a classic historical feel to it. Do you know how old this is actually? Do you know from whence it's, when it was built or when it was active? Do you have any idea?
It's pretty easy to look it up, but I don't have it in my head.
Okay.
Actually, this is also a place which you can see in virtual reality, but it's not this photo that triggers it. It's the other one in Spa.
Okay.
If you look at the other photo in Spa, we will show later. I will guide you in virtual reality through the entire complex. I will also be here. You will be able to see how it looked in like maybe 1800 or something like that. You will see how it looked in I think 2016 when I took this photo. But also you will see how it looks now when they started renovating.
So this one they're also starting to renovate.
They scraped all of the green. But the cool thing is that I talked to this guy when I was here a few months ago, because I wanted to take the footage for the first reality. This guy called me. He was very nice and he talked to me. And he was just worried, how did I get in, you know? How I did it. But
I have my own tunnel.
now everything is scraped and he was very proud of this. When I showed him this picture, you know, I'm showing this one, look how beautiful it was. But, you know, I showed him this and he said, oh yeah, can you imagine how ugly it was?
Now, To the owner this is horror, but to you it's beautiful.
The owner, this was terrible. But it was not the owner, it was the guy who was responsible. But it was so funny.
Very nice.
So fun.
The difference in perspective, The difference in perspective. Nice.
In the video, the augmented reality that the app shows, you will see how the screen goes from 1800 to 2060 to 2020.
So you can like,
it goes from one to the other, so you can see it changing.
Very cool, very cool. Very cool. Okay. So, deception for obvious reasons, and I think that this is actually one of my favorite ones also, because for those of you who did not see yet, only the first railing that we're looking at is actually a railing in reality.
And this one also.
The stairs, but only this one is actually from all the horizontal work, let's say, that you say is the only one that's actually real, and all the other details, including the shadows and all the light work, is actually painted on. So it's very, very interesting that we have actually a few of those kind of old school homes where there was a lot of this kind of Art Deco painting going on. Very, very cool. Where was this?
Italy.
Italy also. Okay, nice. Can you tell a little bit more about what happened here?
I don't know what happened here.
No, you have no idea?
No, I can tell you that it was beautiful.
Was the ceiling actually also round, or is it also painted, the roundness on the ceiling? You don't remember?
It's painted.
Yeah, it's also painted. So it's a flat painting basically, and it also has this round rotunda painted on it.
I also have another photo of this place taken from there, and you can. It's a vertical one, so that you can see more of the ceiling.
Okay.
I call it little blue sky because here it starts a little blue round.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, such a lost art almost.
There's so many beautiful details.
Yeah. Such a cool picture. Like, it really fooled me the first time also when I was like, oh yeah, nice. Oh wait a minute, what's going on here?
And it's not symmetrical.
No.
That's why the photo was not very easy to take. This is not in the middle, the lamp is not in the middle, and usually, I am such a perfectionist. To be. And here actually I'm glad that it's not in the middle. Somehow it feels okay. It feels right.
No, definitely. Yeah, it's very nice. And what about the opposite side here? We have a luxury frame, of course, with a very beautiful scene. Like, it's interesting how often there's a grand piano in your pictures also.
Yeah,
because I guess it's the one piece of furniture that you just cannot take with you, right? So that's whatever happens, the piano always stays.
Yeah, but what is the easiest thing to take with you? Something with wheels, right?
Yeah, you'd think. But
the cellar of this, in the basement of this castle, were like Alfa Romeo sports fans.
Oh yeah.
So much money.
Yeah.
They just left it there.
Wow. Do you know why this one in this case or not?
I know what happened here. I don't remember the exact story, but there was something with a family fight who's responsible. I looked it up once, but I don't know it from my head. But I do know that this was a very dangerous place because there was a project constructor. How do you call that?
Yeah.
And he or she fell through the floor. And they had to take her with a crane outside of the basement.
Whoa.
And it's been for sale for a lot of money.
Yeah.
But look at the state.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They left so many things behind. Also the living room, the table was still set. Yeah, this is one of the most special places that there's no second.
And I think it works amazingly also in the frame. Like, it's really a very good way to present this particular picture.
Yeah.
I think if you have the right home for this, it's like an absolutely stunning conversation piece. You know, like such a history also to it, like an actual real history stories. Like you can so imagine like a family, you know, a daughter having piano lessons or whatever, like probably happened there like, you know, hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Such a cool.
It's a very special. It's also a limited edition to only 5.
Yeah.
And my normal artworks have an edition of 8.
Yeah.
And this is not per size like most photographers do, but it's
total
size together.
Yeah.
With the only exception of the small one. But this is also it's a different proportion than the normal photos. This scenery was sold out very quickly in the normal edition. So this is a very special edition of only 5.
Yeah.
And, I love it in this frame.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice color. Okay, let's move to the next niche.
All right, let's do it.
So we're in the Hall of Vehicles now. A little bit. It's interesting, that the Jaguar especially. So we see 3 examples of, I guess, completely abandoned former modes of transportation. And I know a little bit about this one. That is actually, I think it's Germany, right? Yeah. Hello.
Hey, hi.
For the viewers at home, this is my lovely wife who walks straight into the presentation. Hello, honey. It's good to see you. We're just going to be a little bit, but I'll be right with you. Just. So we were talking about the Jaguar, the Wildcat.
The Wildcat. It's in Germany, and this guy who owns this has many of these beautiful cars left abandoned. And,
do you know if it has something to do with the war? I heard a lot of stories of people like storing cars in the park.
No, this is the one. Of all the places, this is the one location where I did not get in illegally.
Oh, okay.
I know for a fact that this guy who owns these vehicles, he actually goes the other way around as most collectors do.
Yeah.
He wanted to collect and buy beautiful cars. He bought all these cars when they were in
prime condition. Yeah.
Also Rolls Royces and Porsches.
Yeah.
And he just left them in the forest and let nature take over. That's what he
does.
To see what nature does with this $1 million car.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. And of course, Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty.
People are always curious why it's Dusty.
Yeah, the name Dusty. Actually, my little kid thought of that name. There was one from a cartoon. There was one airplane that's called Dusty.
Yeah.
He said, Dusty.
It's actually Cars, right? The movie. Yeah. Sideways moonwalk by Florian Roos. And we're at the ancient spa. So, not actually an ancient passage, but it is a spa.
Yeah.
Or former spa. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places in Italy. And over the past 10 years, I have been here about 5-6 times.
Wow.
And because I love this place so much, every time I'm here, I find something new, a new angle, a new place, a new photo, and it's just absolutely a beautiful place. Art Nouveau style. And in the VR tour that I'm giving you inside this photo in the app, I'm showing you the entire complex. So we walk through this corridor, we're going to the main hall, we're going to the outside park, we're going to the other Garden of Eden that we showed before. So the renovation has started, unfortunately for my pictures. I finished taking pictures. But obviously it's a good thing that a place like this gets new life.
No, it's very nice. It really reminds me, like the first time I saw this picture, there's this concept called the World Fairs. They did it in like Paris and like several cities. They did one in Chicago, I think, where they built a kind of a whole pavilion, which was the Palace of Arts. And when I first saw this picture, I actually thought it was that, because it's a similar, like a round arch with like a central building. So I thought for a second that it was it, but it's more round in the central structure. But it's very nice. It looks so cool. Time for the moonwalk around down. So first forward, sideways moonwalk. And on the to the other side. So, all right. The only square piece that we have. And really cool artwork also because it's like so homey. See, of course, this kettle has been on the table probably for a long, rusty time, and really destroyed. Like a lot of damage in the roof and everything. Like, can you tell us a bit? What is behind this?
Well, this is like a ghost pillar.
Portugal. Okay, nice.
It's really a special place because it's really like. They left everything behind many years ago to never come back again. Everything was left behind. There was a carriage in the basement. Wow. There was a rocking horse in the living room.
Do you know from which time? It sounds like 1800s or something. What you're describing?
Could be. Everything is so old, you know. The bedroom, the master bedroom, the sheets were still on the table. And the clothes are still there, but very old.
And do you know why they left, or you have any idea? It's cool that you actually have also like art and a painting. So
the family portrait was here.
The family portrait also. Wow. Okay, cool.
But no, I have no idea why everything so hasty, and leave these things behind.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All these personal belongings are still left behind.
Wow, crazy.